welcome back to my channel. It's finally August. That means a new school year starting. So that's why in my video today, I've decided to share with you guys some pre-med tips. So a number of you guys in the comment section have been asking a lot about pre-med, able to help you guys in some way. So college really, my 4 years in college, it's really like, if not the best, one of like the best 4 years of my life ever. I love med school too, but I also love college. It's really where I grew, where I, got out of my shell, and I really met so much people. I love my professors. I love the people I've met, and I've joined so many things. I've excelled in ways that I thought I never could. So I really wanted to share this video with you guys today because it's also my birthday. That's why I'm wearing red. It's a lucky color. And yeah, I hope that you guys will find this video helpful. And I hope that your 4 years or maybe 5 years in college will be as memorable as mine. I hope that you will get to meet good friends, get good grades, and just make everyone proud. But before that, like in my last video, I showed you guys a book that that isn't med related that I'm reading. So in this video, I'll show you guys another. In my last video, I said that I'm so excited because the new Twilight book would come out, right? And finally it's here. See, it's so pretty. It's so big, it's huge. Just like look at this. It's like even bigger than my head. So yeah, it's so pretty. So far, I'm 25 pages in, and Edward Cullen thinks a lot. But yeah, I'm so excited to finish the book before, the third year of my med school start. But I'm so happy I have it. I just got it the other day. It's so pretty. See, so if you have nothing to do and you want to fall in love with the vampire, you can go grab this book in the bookstore. Okay, so moving on with the pre-med tips. So yeah, so I'll be sharing with you guys these tips, and I hope that you find them helpful. So let's get to it. Okay, so I have 5 major tips for you guys. So the first one is make sure you want to take up science and fields related to like your pre-med course. So like me, well, if you're not taking science, then just, whatever you're taking, make sure that you will like where it will lead you one day. Like for me, my pre-med is BS biology. So like a part of me knew that like the road I can take would either be like going to research or going to medicine. So kasi like it would be hard to like enter like let's say a business field if your course is like BS biology because you won't be taking up the subjects that will be used in the business world, right? So make sure that you really want to take up what you're taking. Like for me, pre-med, because if you're there already, once you start it, it would be hard for you to leave. Well, maybe not so hard, but it will be parang sayang din kasi. Example, like if you want to change your mind after a year, you already worked so hard, or like maybe you didn't work hard, but still, I mean, it's like you spent a part of your life in that course. So life is short, so make sure that you pick a course that you really want. There were times wherein I really questioned myself if I still really wanted to become a doctor, especially when I was in third year and organ was so hard. It's like super hard, and I was like, oh my god, what am I doing to my life? So, or like there was this challenging thing that happened also when I was in second year of college that made me really think if it really will be worth it to pursue medicine. So during that time, I was already doing really well in school, and part of me felt like that if I would switch courses or transfer courses, parang sayang naman yung lahat ng pinaghirapan ko. So before you, decide on a course, make sure that you really want that. Kasi it's hard to shift. Like, some schools don't even accept like people from other schools. So just make sure that you really will, take up what you want to, okay? Then for the second one is find the passion or drive to study well. So by the way, these tips really are the things that I realized after I graduated from college, okay? So find the passion or drive to study well. So just a little background. When I was in high school, some of you are also asking where I had my high school. So I'll just tell you guys that I came from a private school and it's all girls school. So graduating from high school, let's just say that I graduated as a normal student, like literally like everyone else. I wasn't part of the people na top 10 who, went up the stage, tapos with their parents and the mom and dad placed medal around their necks. That wasn't me. And during the graduation day, when I was in high school, I was like really happy because of course I'm gonna graduate from high school and I'm gonna like move on with my life. Pero during that day, while, the people who had award got their awards up on stage, I realized that this is something that I won't be able to give my mom and dad. I won't like let them go up the stage because I didn't graduate with such stellar grades. So I felt kind of sad also. So that's why I told myself that this time, in college, it's like a new start for me. So that's one of my motivation, that's one of my goals. And when I actually started doing really well during my first year in college, I realized that kaya ko pala to do well. And so I continued doing well. And at the end of the day, I was able to meet my goal. So let's talk about college. Sorry ko medyo magulo. So entering college, I knew nothing talaga. Oh, by the way, all the things I'm saying, like I'm just saying it like from the top of my head. So I would be like popping things out in there. So entering college, I really didn't know anything at all what I was getting into. All I knew that it was another 4 years of my life. Kasi I'm the eldest of all my siblings. So I had no one to ask about college. And I didn't even understand the grading scheme. Like the uno, you should get uno, that means perfect. And then tres means like you just pass. I didn't know that. So basically I was just really studying. And I also don't like I didn't know what a dean's list was. So I was that clueless with college talaga. So entering college, kasi when I was in high school, I was like really shy. And I didn't take my study seriously until I was like at the end of my second year of high school. And then I got, inspired to study well and do well and kaya ko pala. But it was already too late to excel kasi first year was over no high school. When I was in college talaga, I really tried my best to get out of my shell talaga. So I remember that I really tried to interact with people and let go of my shyness. So if you're shy, I think this is a new start for you. College is a new start for you. You are going to meet a lot of people and you should grab the opportunity to start anew. So I remember that I was elected as treasurer of my class early on in college. And one of the most memorable moments I had was, kasi if you're a treasurer, you're assigned to buy the books, pay for the books for your class. I went to the faculty room kasi in high school, what we call our teacher was like, kunyari, Teacher Reyes or Sir Reyes, puro teacher and sir. And in college kasi, you don't call your teachers teacher pala. You call them ma'am or sir. So I went to the faculty room and in UST kasi, you just ask any teacher there if the teacher you're looking for is available. So I asked someone there in the faculty if teacher Benjamin, that was the name of my math 101 teacher, was there. And so my teacher came out and I was asking her about the books because I wanted to buy for the class. And then I remember that before I went out, she told me not to call her teacher and to call her ma'am. And yeah, it was really very embarrassing, but at least I only made that mistake once. So yeah, if you are like in college and if you're not used to calling your teacher ma'am or sir, so that's what you use when you're ready in college to call your professors. So yun lang, I just wanted to share that. I will never forget that. I love Miss Benjamin so much, but that was my first ever embarrassing moment in college. So yeah, so memorable for me. Anyway, so yeah, yes, I graduated normally. So when I was in college talaga, I really tried to do my best in school. I tried to advance all the time and really try to get really nice grades. And I just studied really well. And I didn't expect that I would like really be able to study that well and get that good grades. And when I did, it really just motivated me to get better and better grades. When I was in first year of college, my Bio 101 teacher's name is Sir Barami. And I love Sir Barami so much kasi he's like super inspiring. Actually, I think he's one of the reasons why I did really well in college kasi he's like one of the strictest professors in college. Like, you always have to come to his class prepared kasi laging may pre-test or laging may post-test. So if you don't prepare, you're gonna fail. And what he does is he adds all the pre and post-tests up to one exam. So example, if you do bad in the pre or post-test, that score will accumulate equal to one exam and that can like really affect your grade a lot. So I really always had to come to class prepared. So I think that was good training for me kasi like I was in first year and that was my first ever bio class. So ever since throughout college, that's how I studied. Now I always come to class prepared. But actually before like the first meeting of Bio 101, I really did come to class prepared because I always advanced for class when I was in college and high school. But med school is like a different story. There's so much stuff to study. I remember that I got a 9/10 in the first ever Bio 101 pretest and I was so happy. So yeah, that motivated me to do well in the other pretests. But I remember during my first bio exam, Sir Barami announced the people who got, I think, less than -10, and my name wasn't announced. So that kind of of made me like sad because oh, he didn't announce my name. So that motivated me to study even harder for the second exam. And finally, I did really well in that exam, and my name got called. And yay, it was so happy. So anyway, I was just really like studying really well and advancing a lot and trying my best to do good in all my subjects. And then when I was already in first year, second semester, the grades for the first semester came out. I remember I was in Bio 102. Yeah. And then one of my friends, I remember her name's Louise, she told me na I made it to the dean's list, and like I got really high down, and I was so surprised. And then I asked her what she was talking about, and I asked her what is a dean's list. So she said, "Oh, it's like, like a list of people who got high grades, parang honor, like it's like equivalent to the honor or the merit card in high school." So I was so happy kasi I'll just share with you guys na how happy you can make your parents with such good grades. I remember kasi 'di ba I told you guys that I'm a late bloomer kasi I realized that studying well is like really like important when I was only second year of like high school. And that's actually when I got my first merit card, when I really tried to like study well. And I remember that the first time I got a merit card in high school, my dad was so happy. I remember it was dismissal time, and then my sister and I, pag report card day, it's the same for all the school year levels. And then we were in the car kasi my mom and dad would pick us up after school, and then my shobe said like, "Oy dad, si Achi, she got like may honor siya for like this semester." And my dad couldn't believe it, and then until I showed him the card, and then when he saw it, he immediately grabbed it from my hand. He was that happy. Until now, like I have the merit card there, like in somewhere in my boxes, and then you can still see the fingerprint he has there because he was so happy. So I guess that's one of the reason also why I really really tried to do my best na in school ever since I realized that I could really do it. Okay, so what's the connection to number two? So, diba, I said number two is find the passion or drive to study well. So throughout my college life, my passion and drive to study well was really because of my parents, most of all my family, especially those who work really hard to let me study and to provide me with all my books, with all my gadgets. It's really all for them. So, but not only for my parents, for my teachers also. Guys, throughout college, I've never like I really really love my teachers, especially like those who really come to class prepared to teach you, and you really see it. For me, the least I can do is like really listen to class, come to class prepared, and do well in the exams. So when I was in college, I did well because of my parents, my family, and then my professors. And I was also doing it for myself, diba? So I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it for God. I'm just really cherishing the gift of life He has given me. And at the same time, I'm also doing it for the people who don't believe in me. So I'm sure all of you guys have your haters out there, want to bring you down. But I think that the best way you can prove that you are worth more than like their opinions and all their negativity is if you show them that you can actually do it. So the people who don't really believe in me, they played a big factor in my life when I was in college. And I think one of the like top reasons I really excelled was because of them. So thank you very much. The people who I really wanted to make proud was my parents talaga. And I will never forget, it was really a happy day when I graduated from college. Kasi when I first ever became part of the dean's list and I told my mom and my dad, they were so happy. Everyone was so happy. And then that motivated me really to continue doing well in school. And then every semester I would get it. And that would even drive me more. And when I was in the middle of college, I told myself na I already did it for so long, so many times, doing good in school. And then so from that day on, I told myself that, my goal would be to give something I wasn't able to give my parents when I was in high school, and that is make them go up the stage. So when it was already nearing graduation day, my goal was just to make my mom and dad go up the stage. But God has been so good to me. He was able to let my grandparents from both sides of the family go up the stage. And it's such a really, really memorable moment for me. And if I can do it, if I was like a normal student in high school, I'm telling you guys that you can do it. Like you can do it. All you have to do is really try and find really inspiration on why you should continue doing well. At the end of the day, you will be able to get it. I don't have like a medal holder or anything, but so on my graduation day, I got all these. I got this one, and I got this one, and I got this one. So I want to show you guys these, not because I'm bragging, but because I'm telling you that you can do it if you really try. It's hard. It's hard to keep focus. It's hard to find inspiration. It's hard to put all the negativity away. But if you always pray, if you always have faith, and you do all things because you're grateful to God, then you will like achieve it one day talaga. Aim for that, you know. Like for me kasi, I know that my parents, my family work really hard to let me like study, and it's a long road for me since I'm pursuing medicine. And that's what really motivates me, because I'm so grateful to them. And hopefully that you will also find a motivation and inspiration like this one. The third one is to read in advance and come to class prepared. So I told you guys that my first year biology teacher really inspired me. I guess it's like a good start for me to have a strict professor. I actually like having strict professors with all the pitas and postas than having a lenient one na chill lang. Kasi, I don't know, I think parang it's a training ground also, which is probably why I did well all throughout my college. It's because I had a good start na talaga. So, college is very easy. It's not like med school. It's like, you still have time to advance, you still have time to go out. I'm not saying med school, wala nang ganun. Pero, it's less busy. You will have time to advance. And in college, recitation really matters. Like in med school, you are so many in a class. Recitation doesn't really matter for us. In college, it matters a lot if you participate and recite in class. So it's really important that you advance study para you can recite, para you can, you will understand what you're studying. So that's what I did. I always came to class prepared. I always recited. And it's a way for me to show talaga that I appreciate the hard work my professors are doing, because, they also have to prepare their lectures. Like I said, when I was in like college also, I had like when I was in third or fourth year of college, I was tutoring Chinese to like grade school kids. And ever since I started tutoring, I realized how hard it is to really prepare for a student and to really teach. So yeah, so that's really how I value the hard work my professors have. I really read advance and come to class prepared. The fourth tip I have for you guys is to ace the minor subject. I remember when I was in first year, I had logic, and then I didn't know pa kasi, diba? I told you guys, I didn't know anything about college. I just studied and did my best. And then I realized that sayang yung mga ibang first year subjects ko na minor in my first year of college that I could have gotten a 1. It's really possible to get a 1. So aim for a 1, lalo na if the subject is like logic, Spanish, theology, English. Those are so easy. Dapat uno na yun agad. Or if you're like from Ateneo, get a 5 na agad. I have some classmates before na pag minor, they don't participate so much, like they don't like value it so much. But for me, even if it's PE, like kahit 1 unit lang siya or like 2 units, I really really value it talaga, and I really really try to aim to get a 1.0 in that subject. So I remember that we had like a teacher who said na, I know that my subject is only English, it's not a major subject, but I think you should also give importance to it. And I agree so much. Always give importance to your minor subjects kasi, they can also help pull up your grades. And ang bilis lang nila, so dapat uno na talaga yun agad. So yun, that's really a very very important tip for me. And this is actually what I also told my sister when she entered college. I told her na aim for that talaga. 5, do well starting your first year and don't forget what you studied. In my last video before this one, I talked about the NMAT, diba? And the NMAT is about basic stuff talaga. So you really can't forget what you have studied ever, kasi itetest mo pa yun for the NMAT for you to get in med school. So for me, like I said, super lucky ko kasi my first Bio 101 prof was really strict. It was a good training ground for me, and galing pa niya magturo. So yung mga basics talaga is in my brain somewhere back there. So I guess yun. So I really tried my best to understand everything I really was studying. So I think you should too. Don't forget what you study and make good notes so that one day if you study for the NMAT, or if you need to go back. Kasi for me, I keep all my notes. Kahit I'm in second year, I still use my notes when I was in first year. So don't forget what you studied and have good notes, and start well pa lang during your first year. Kasi like, when I was in high school, I started taking school seriously like super late na. So when I was in college, I really started from the start pa lang talaga. Kasi sometimes kahit like if you're aiming for a Latin, it's hard to earn that 0.01. Kala mo it's so easy, but it's not. Kasi basta it's so hard to earn your grades. So dapat from the start pa lang, galingan mo na siya agad. So do really well, exert effort. Like if you start doing well during your like third year, parang baka sobra baba na pala yung first and second year mo, mahirapan ka na iangat siya. Or kung maangat mo man siya, you could have done better if you started early, diba? So yun, that's really very important. It's really possible to get a 1.0, so aim for that all the time. Another thing I want to give you guys okay, 6 tips na lang pala, is you should also have extracurriculars. So, I mentioned kanina na parang I was treasurer, right, of my class, and then that was in first year. And then second year, I also became president of the class. It was such a fulfilling experience for me. I was able to talk to a lot of professors. I was able to like do a lot of things that an officer would really do, and it really helped me, develop my skills for multitasking, for example. And it's really very fulfilling din kasi to have a role that hindi ka lang ordinary student. So, like, if you have a class, and like in Ateneo, they call it Beadle. So that's why when my sister entered college, I always tell her, oh, you have to be Beadle, ha? You have to, like, volunteer to be a beadle kasi it's really a very good experience, and it really helps you grow also as a person. Like for me, I really grew a lot. It made me less shy. Like before in high school, I can't even talk in front of a lot of people. But because of college, I was finally able to experience that, and I realized na kaya ko pala. And also, for entering med school, kailangan din kasi ng some schools, they like extracurriculars. Like Ateneo, they like extracurriculars so much. And don't just join orgs at your third year kasi kailangan mo na may masubmit na extracurricular. And kapag sasali ka, don't just become members. You have to have a position. It's nice if you have a position kasi, anyone can just be a member. But if you have a position, let's say, as vice president or as president or as secretary, that's like leveling up from the member position. So I advise you to really have a lot of extracurriculars, but not so much na hindi mo na siya mabalance, okay? Kasi you really still have to do well with your studies, diba? Just get enough and make sure that you're not just a member. Make sure that you have a position para when you submit all this to like your med school, with your med school applications, you can show something na, hey, it's not just my grades. I also did well with the extracurricular stuff. So yun, that's really, really important. So yeah, I think that's all my tips are for like pre-med. I know that some of you might think it's basic, but for me, when I really entered college, I really didn't know some of these. Like I didn't know that you can actually get a 1.0 in subjects until I got a 1.0. The stuff I told you guys really are like what you should know entering college, and I hope that you will start college the right way with the tips I have given you. Kasi when it comes to studying naman, we have our own study techniques. Like for me, I advance, and then I really take notes, and then I really take notes again in class. So that's how I really do it for myself. I don't know how you do it, but I guess for study techniques kasi that depends per person na talaga. Oh, and one of the things I also want to share with you guys is what one of my professors told me. His name is Sir Briones. He said that grades don't define you, and that's true because they're just numbers at the end of the day, but it still matters. I remember he said it, I think, in our bio lab class. He said that grades don't define you, but grades still do matter kasi it's what they look at. That's what he said, and I agree because though it may not define you, when you apply for schools, when you apply for work, it's what they will definitely look at. So don't just, chill in college because you can do so much more than just chilling. And I guess it's also our duty as, like, for example, for me as a daughter to do really well because it's like the least I can do. Hopefully, I got to inspire you guys, and hopefully, you will be able to start college in the right light and the right direction. So, thanks, guys, for watching. And if you want me to do any more videos, just comment below, or if you have questions. So, some of you guys have like comment that if you want to ask me like a question personally, so I'm just going to like type in a Gmail below, and maybe you can ask me there. But I would really prefer if you would ask in the comment box so that some people might have the same like concern. They can see your comment, and I'll be also able to help them indirectly. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you subscribe to my channel. I think I have like 300 something subscribers already. I never thought that someone would actually watch me talk, but I'm so happy and I'm so grateful. Thank you very much. You guys inspire me to continue uploading videos even if I just ramble. So thank you guys, and yeah, see you in my next vlog, and good luck in school, and don't forget to wear your mask. Bye guys, see you guys.